By day, he's a gynecologist, welcoming new life into the world. But by night, he turns into a monster who preys on women. But he never seeks out his victims, because his preys come to him on their own. They are girls who have unwanted pregnancies, too scared to tell their families, so they secretly come to him for an abortion. What they don't know is, he secretly records the entire procedure, then uses the footage to blackmail them. Often out of fear, these girls follow his every order, letting him do whatever he wants. But this is no longer enough to satisfy the man's desires. One night, he set his sights on a blind girl. Her name was Emily. This blind girl used to be a policeman, but after a car accident, she lost both her eyesight and her younger brother. On this day, she waited for a bus alone at a stop, but instead of a cab, a private car pulled up. The man claimed he was a taxi driver. Emily didn't think too much of it and got in, but as soon as she did, she felt something was off. The driver was way too eager, offering her water and a towel. Something was wrong. It had a strange smell. The driver kept urging her. Emily kept refusing. In the middle of the struggle, something terrible happened. The driver quickly got out to check, and the girl seized the chance to open the door and run, but he stopped her, saying he just hit a dog. Nothing serious. She felt along the car. How could a dog be big enough to crack the windshield? She pulled out her phone to call 911, but the driver, realizing he'd been found out, angrily slapped it from her hands and tried to force her back into the car. But relying on her instincts as a cop, she twisted his arm and pinned him down. Right then, another car pulled up behind them. The driver shoved her away and sped off. The woman went to the police to file a report, but the cop thought she was just a blind woman and didn't take her seriously. But what she said next left him stunned.
வயசு 35ல இருந்து 40க்குள்ள உயரம் ஒரு 6 அடி 70ல இருந்து 80 கிலோ இருக்கும். நீங்களும் கிட்டத்தட்ட 6 அடி உயரம் 30 வயசு கம்மியா இருப்பீங்க. கரெக்ட்டா?
Turns out, although she lost her sight, her other senses had become razor sharp. Because she could accurately tell this information, the cop was impressed. He promised her they'd get to the bottom of this. The police issued a reward. If you can provide information, you can get the reward money. And not long after, a food delivery guy showed up. He told the officer he had seen the suspect. Turns out that day, while making deliveries, he was hit by a car. The driver didn't even stop to apologize. The time and place he mentioned matched exactly what the woman reported. There was just one difference. He insisted it was a private car. But the woman had been sure it was a taxi. The officer trusted the original witness more and thought he was just chasing the reward money, so he brushed him off immediately. Meanwhile, after failing to catch his prey, the man found the woman's work ID in his car. He used it to track down her address and even followed her to the police station. To his surprise, the delivery guy who saw him that night showed up here too. Worried he'd be recognized, the man decided to kill him. He tailed the delivery guy, who soon realized he was being followed. But before he could react, a brick came crashing down on his head. The man was about to finish him off, yet a nosy neighbor came outside just in time. The delivery guy barely made it out alive. That night, the woman heard a news report on TV. Another young girl had gone missing, and the location matched where she'd been abducted that day. She thought back. The car had genuine leather